Good morning, HCG family. So, I got to update you for a couple, I think like 4 or 5 days. Today is Friday the 6th, and I have a super busy day today. Holy goodness. I think the word got out that I sold the practice, and everybody wants to squish in before I leave. So, it's like the busiest day I've had all year. Anyway. So last time I talked to you, I was stuck in the 137s, and then I popped up to 138.3, and then it came down again to 137.5, and I stayed there for a couple days. And then yesterday, I was down to 136.3, which I was super thrilled with, because I was out of the 137s. I'm comfortable at 137, but I want to stabilize there. And I never stabilize at or below my LDW, so I actually need the extra couple pounds so that I can stabilize at 137, if that makes sense. Anyway, then yesterday was my final interview for my new job, and let me just tell you, I didn't think I would get nervous. I don't know what it was. I'm moving from a very, very, very small town out in the middle of nowhere to the San Francisco Bay Area, which is huge, and I am not a fan of the Bay Area. So I think just that nervousness combined with the fact that my son is going to be in full-time school, one, so I can work, and two, because he's going to be starting full-time kindergarten. And he's been part-time, and I've been a part-time working mom. Just realizing that all of a sudden my baby is going to be grown up and in school. Like, my stomach was in such knots before my interview. Oh, and I found out that there was, some other people doing finals, and I thought I was the only one doing a final interview. So that didn't sit well. Anyway, they're still 90% sure they're going to hand me the job, but you never know until you have it, right? So that was freaking me out. Anyway, I got I had already had my lunch, and then I got such bad, stomach issues. Sorry, cover your ears if this is TMI. I had to go to the bathroom because everything turned liquid. It was bad. And I was like, well, I can't do that in the middle of my interview if I'm having bathroom issues. And my stomach was all upset and knotted, and that sour stomach feeling you get. Anyway, so I'm not familiar with the area yet, so I was driving around trying to find something that I could put in my stomach that wouldn't be too far off protocol. And I ended up at a Starbucks, and I thought, okay, so I'll just see what they have. Maybe they have one of those little mini croissant, mini something, right? So I go in, and first of all, lady was super rude. Oh my goodness, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Just a moment, sweetheart. Anyway, so I decided that my stomach was too upset, and I had a scone because I figured it was nice and dry. So I thought that would be a good idea. But then afterwards, I saw the calories. It was 430 calories for one stupid scone. So needless to say, that wasn't good. And then my stomach was still upset, and since I had already, just a moment please, since I had already messed up with the scone, I went and had a sushi roll, which was just cucumber and rice and nori, because I figured that would stop things up so things didn't go runny. So then I had that, and then I had my interview, and it went pretty well. It was an hour-and-a-half interview, going more in depth into my medical training and how I would handle situations and blah, blah, blah. So there was that. And then afterwards, my friend and I drove around looking at some elementary schools and kind of getting a feel for that. Found one that I think I would like the best, that I think my son would do the best at least visually. And then by the time she left, it was 7. I hadn't had dinner, and then there was a ton of traffic going back in the direction of my house. So I stopped at Mimi's Cafe, and I had chicken and spinach and a little side salad, which sounds good, right? Well, the chicken and spinach was actually wrapped in a crepe with melted brie cheese. So, and a mushroom sauce. Yeah, so that pretty much kicked the good right out the window. I think that was like 1,100 calories. I mean, just ridiculous what I ate yesterday. So I got home at 11:30 to go to bed, and then I had insomnia. So I fell asleep, I think it was around 2:30, and I have to get up at 6 for work. So I got like 3.5 hours to sleep and ate really bad. So needless to say, I did not weigh today. I don't even want to know. And my stomach is still upset, so I'm doing a yogurt day because it helps calm things down. I know I just did one, but it really helps calm down my stomach with all the probiotics in the yogurt. So I'm going to do that. And I've decided that the last day for my round is actually, I think it's like 7 days instead of 6 days. No, 10 days instead of 6 days. Because I have a conference that I'm going to for 3 days in Las Vegas, and I was trying to figure out how to do P3 down there. And I think I have it figured out with which food to bring, and I have a refrigerator in my room, so that'll be good. But I'm also going to extend my round and do my 3 days of no injection, but on the very low calorie, the 3 days before I go to my convention. So my first three P3 days will be in Las Vegas with the food that I bring. Since the first 3 days, you usually have a little bit of wiggle room, and it's more forgiving. Whereas as I got on later in my P3s, that's where I would end up having to do a steak day. And I don't want to mess myself up in Vegas. So I'm going to bring my scale and bring my food and count on the fact that the first 3 days are more forgiving than anything. So anyway, that's all. Thanks for listening to me blab. Hope everyone is doing well and has a great weekend. And I will see you guys in a couple days. Take care. Have a great Friday. Bye-bye.